Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will be doing yet another reading vlog. Although this time we have like a theme of some sort. I will be trying my best to finish up my yearly TBR since I love making TBRs. And the thing is, I don't usually finish my TBR. I read most of them, but never everything. But not never, but most of the time it didn't happen. The only type of TBR that I have never failed to complete is my yearly TBR. It is 3 years in a row that I completed the TBR. Of course, I want to do that this year too. So let me show you my yearly TBR setup that I have on my reading journal. These are my yearly TBR spread. Don't mind the color over here. I really do not like the color, but just ignore that. So I am missing from this pile is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books, which is definitely doable because it is November, which means I have time. Let me just show you the pile of the books. Also, if you guys can see behind me, do not mind the mess behind me. But these, oh gosh, are the books that I have to finish before the end of the year. So let me just go through them and then we can decide which books we want to read in this vlog. We're gonna go with the book that I'm currently in the middle of, which is The Return of the King by Tolkien. I am currently listening to this book, so I don't know exactly where I'm at. And then moving on to the second one I have over here is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And in order to reach Deathly Hallows, I have to read Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So yeah, in order to finish that, we have to finish 2 books, which honestly doable because I have been eating up the Harry Potter books. Moving on to the next one I have over here is Crescent City. The thing is, in the beginning of the year, I really want to put, is it House of Flame and Shadows? I think the last, or like the 3rd book in that series. But I was unsure if I could. So I decided to like, you know what, let's relax a little bit and just choose the first one. So I did. We need to read this book, which is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know how long this book is. I have been trying to start this book for quite a while. It's 800 pages long. Okay, I have been trying to start this book for quite a while. But the thing is, something about this series, I'm just so intimidated to start because, first of all, ACOTAR is what solidified my reading hobby, and Throne of Glass. What can I even say to Throne of Glass? And I have not heard a lot of good things about Crescent City. I'm not really an urban fantasy girly, although my mind could be changed when it comes to urban fantasy. Doesn't change the fact that this book is also really thick. So I am really nervous in picking this up. Moving on to the next one I have over here is Mistress of Lies, which if you watch my October vlog, I think, or the vlog before that, yeah, I think it's like getting into routine vlog. I started Mistress of Lies. I don't have the cover right now, but I only have the naked hardcover right now. I started this book. I don't know why. Something about this book just is not gripping me. That's why I just haven't continued it. But I will. I definitely will try and continue this book because obviously I'm very dedicated in finishing my yearly TBR. And I have one more book when it comes to my yearly TBR, which is Onyx Storm. With this, I am very intrigued in picking it up, but I'm just so nervous. So that is pretty much all the books in my yearly TBR. But when you flip through my journal, I have a reading goal spread, which I have completed some of them, but I have not completed everything. My reading goals are read 100 books. I did that. And I need to read 2 classics. The thing is, I have read 2 mini classics and a little bit of Dracula. I'm like I don't know, 70 pages in. If I were to see mini classic as a full-length classic, I would have been like done. But it didn't feel like a full-length classic. So I know I'm in the middle of Dracula, but I don't know, I'm just not in the mood to continue reading Dracula. So if we really want to follow my reading goals, I will try my best and read Dracula, which I doubt I would finish this year. Is it interesting so far? Yes. But is it at the bit where it gets a little bit boring? Also, yes. I feel like in order for me to feel like I have accomplished the goal, I need to finish at least one classic. So I thought, because Dracula didn't really speak to me right now, but I thought we could pick up Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And again, I am also a romance girly. I love the romance genre. So I thought I would love this. Moving on to the next goals. I have read one nonfiction book a month. That is a dud. I have not continued since like a while, I think. The thing is, reading those nonfiction books keep pushing me into like a reading slump, and I don't want to be in a reading slump, obviously. So I thought, you know what, let's just forget about that goal. The next one is read one book in German. I've never read anything. Oh, I've read one book in German. Did not absolutely love the experience, because the thing is, German is not my native language, although I am fluent in it. But I do want to try. So I will see what I pick. I still don't know. But the next one, read a Stephen King's book. I've never read anything by Stephen King, and I thought it's time. It's time to just try. And I have heard so many good things about 1163, is it? Oh, 11/22/63 by him. It's not really horror or thriller. I think it's more like historical fiction or speculative fiction. I have no idea what the actual genre is. Very intrigued with that book, so I will be picking it up. That's one more thing to our TBR. And the last one is, I don't know if it's doable. I need to do a recount of my physical TBR, or like, yeah, physical TBR, the books that I have not read in my library, so to say. And the goal is to minimize my physical TBR to 40 books. Yeah, I don't know if I have less than 40. Honestly, I have no idea. Although I have not been buying books for quite some time now. Also, sorry for the lighting change. I don't know what happened to the sun. But yeah, I have not bought books in quite a bit. So I don't know if I have less now. If I finish all this, I'll be down about 9-10 books. So technically we are making progress towards that. So yeah, I know this intro is really long. Let's just pick the book that I'm gonna read. I thought I'm gonna take you guys along for the week, so I thought we can pick like 4 books, which is over here. So I have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this, but I'm gonna start it. Second book I have is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Since I finished Order of the Phoenix like a couple weeks ago, or last week maybe even, and I thought, since I have an audiobook for this book, we can do some hobby-esque things, which is always fun. And the next one, I also have the audiobook for this, which is The Return of the King by Tolkien. Next one, I will choose Mistress of Lies by Cam and Wright, because I'm also in the middle of this book, and I thought we can try and read these 4 books. The thing is, that's pretty much it for the intro. I know, I'm so sorry that it is so long. Let's go and read before I ramble some more, because I do that all the time. So let's go read one of these books. You'll know from the next clip. Hello guys, new background in the kitchen right now. But I am here because I just finished The Return of the King. Where do I even begin with this? The thing is, I feel like it went by so fast. And not that it did, but I feel like I was in the middle of the story and the battle started to get really bad, and all of a sudden we swapped to the point of view of Sam, and like we were in the battle and then all of a sudden the battle stopped and they won. Right. And even from that I was already like, okay, for sure we're gonna swap to Sam and Frodo's point of view, which we did. And the thing is, their point of view was rough. Of course, Frodo was struggling and Sam was struggling, but Sam is the absolute goat. I love Sam, and even from like the first book, you already can tell that Sam will play like a huge role, which he did. Like without Sam, like we wouldn't have beaten like the evil guy. But it's just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not happy with the ending where they went to the Grey Havens, which I think it was like Gandalf, Frodo, Elrond, Galadriel, and who else? I think there's one more. I'm not sure who though, but I understand the fact that you cannot heal from such a thing, and that he, in a way, he didn't give up. He's just looking for peace, right? And they're not dead, but in a way, they left the mortal realms, so they're dead. I don't know, guys. Did I love the story? Yes, but did I not really care about like the point of view of like the rest of the Fellowship of the Ring? I did not really care, so to say. I really care about Sam and Frodo's point of view, which we didn't get many. And it was just like, I don't know. I feel like I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was really good, but I don't know. I'm just not fully into it, so to say. So am I gonna rate this really high? Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little bit conflicted when it comes to The Return of the King. But let me just think about what I think of The Return of the King first, because I freshly just finished like the book. I will update you more if I have more coherent thoughts. If I don't, I'm gonna just leave it here. But I think the next book I do want to pick up is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and I think I want to start reading Mistress of Lies as well. Although I am in desperate need of like a genre change for some reason. I feel like I also want to pick up Pride and Prejudice. I don't know. I essentially finished this book in like 2 sittings. It was really good, but honestly, the first half of this book, I was just like a little bit confused with all the names and all the like things that were happening. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's not that like it's too high of a fantasy that I did not get it or grasp it. It's more like all of these names I don't really remember after like a couple pages, so I had to like keep going back rereading it, and once I like grasp the whole thing, I was like, okay, I got it. But yeah, anyway, that was Return of the King. I will start Mistress of Lies, and I will start Half-Blood Prince tomorrow as well. So yeah, that is the update so far, and we shall see what we'll be up to. So far, I've just been crocheting and just reading, not a lot of doing hobbies. So, although reading is a hobby, but either way, that is what I've been up to. So, that's pretty much for me this evening. So, yeah. Good night, everyone. So it has been a while since I updated you because life was just a little bit busy. And I think I last updated you on Thursday, if I'm not wrong. And then now it is Tuesday. So it's been a while and I have quite a bit of an update. So let's give you an update with the one book that I finished and the two books that the one book that anyway, I don't know how to premise it, but I'm gonna start with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I finished it today in the morning. I don't know how I feel about this. Because what was that ending? I just can't believe that. The thing is, I don't want to spoil you guys, but this is my spoiler-free explanation for you, is that this book is insane, and I think the last book would be honestly heartbreaking, and I hope that everything will be fine, but I don't know, because apparently things are not fine. Okay, that is my spoiler-free update. But now I'm gonna give you a timestamp where you can skip ahead because I will talk fully spoiler-filled in this section. So you have been warned, timestamp is somewhere on the screen. What the heck, guys? Because Dumbledore died. I mean, the thing is, the book started off with Snape doing an unbreakable vow, whatever, to Narcissa, which is Draco's mom. And the thing is, I know, even from the beginning, I think nobody believes Snape. Only Dumbledore believes Snape. The thing is, Harry has so much evidence in why Draco is being super sussy and why Dumbledore should not believe Snape should do something against it, right? And he said, like, no, that's the last thing I'm gonna talk to you about it. Like, stop discussing this. I believe in Snape. That's what Dumbledore said. And the fact that Snape was the one who killed him after, like, they tried to get this Horcrux, I think it's called, and they failed, and he was like dying, or he's traumatized, poor guy, Dumbledore. He came back, Draco doing the full-on shebang, like, haha, this is what I've been doing. And then he was like, I know you've been doing this. So this whole time, he did not confide in Harry, even though Harry had already told him pretty much everything, was so sussy with Draco and Snape, but Dumbledore just ignored it, and it was deserved of Dumbledore because he was just not listening. But I mean, it's not to that extent that he dies, you know what I mean? And the fact that Dumbledore was like tired as heck because he's been doing whatever it is that he's been doing. I mean, I think locating the Horcruxes. And then he has this blackened, wait, I want to see the blackened, oh, you really can see it from here. The blackened hand, his right hand, it was charred and burned. Like, I feel like Dumbledore could have had a better ending. That was rough. And I really wished that whenever he did the abracadabra spell, I cannot speak today, guys. The abracadabra spell, like Snape to Dumbledore, I really hope that it was like, it was a fluke and it did not really happen and there's like a redemption and he's not dead, but he's dead. So yeah, I've just been reeling. I had to take a second before I really updated you guys on the Half-Blood Prince because the ending was not what I expected. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next book. I have not read more. When it comes to this book, I am now 52 pages in. I will try and read more today, but I think for the rest of the day, I will read something else. I'm going to update you now, but I know I told you that I want this vlog to be like a week long, just like realistically, how much do I read in a week, trying to finish my yearly TBR. But I think last week was not a good representation when it comes to my reading week because it was just insanely busy. So many things were happening, so much needed to get done. So I didn't really read as much as I would have liked, but I did finish 2 books and started a 3rd book. I think I want to extend this vlog to tomorrow or the day after so that we can get a little bit more reading done. And I hope I can finish 1 more book until the day after tomorrow. Until Wednesday, so pretty much. But the book that I'm aiming to finish is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the book that I started, I think end of last week. honestly, at first, I was not convinced with this book. I read like 60 pages of this and I was like, really? It's like nothing is happening. And it feels like it's going to be cozy fantasy. And I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about cozy fantasy. And obviously, I am proven wrong because I read a little bit more yesterday and today. And it is definitely not a cozy fantasy. I mean, the main timeline where we are at right now is cozy fantasy because our main character Quoth is an innkeeper and he's telling his story to this chronicler, and but the things that he's telling the chronicler definitely are not cozy, and it is like following a dual timeline of how Quoth become a legend, and obviously now he's retelling his story to the chronicler. I don't know what to say. Okay, other than this is probably going to be a really crazy fantasy. The magic system is so insane. The world itself is very intricate. So I am enjoying this so far. I'm listening to it and reading at the same time. I started reading it, I think physically, like around 100 pages, and then I listened to 52 pages so far today after finishing Half Blood Prince because I needed a little break from my thoughts because it was so crazy what happened. And the fact that I have one more book and then I finish with the Harry Potter series, I feel like the Harry Potter series have been my like cozy series, so to say. It's not cozy, the timeline's not cozy, but something about like the picturesque school. I don't know, everything is just so cozy about that book. But yeah, plan of today is definitely to read a little bit more of this. But the plan is obviously, like I said, to read the Name of the Wind while I crochet because this was meant to be a gift yesterday. I was supposed to gift this yesterday and I'm nowhere near done. And I want to gift this blanket like this week, end of this week. So I have like about 5 days to finish this. So I thought you could come along with me for the next few days while I listen and try to finish this. Although I am not far from the end, but I still have to weave in the ends. I know this is like a crochet update that nobody really asked for, but this crochet project is consuming me. Let's just say it like that. It's like I am glued to this, and that's it. So yeah, I will continue reading The Name of the Wind, update you more whenever I have more updates. But as in for now, I will just continue with my crochet. I do really hope that you guys cannot see the mess around me, because it is quite crazy. But anyway, I am here, I think, to end the vlog. So I thought I'd just give you a last update. But I am still in the middle of The Name of the Wind. But I read, I think, 250 pages today, or 230 pages. I am now chapter 57. The last time I updated you was yesterday morning, 150 pages in. Now I'm 380 pages in. So I am decently into the book. Nowhere near the end though, if you guys can see, but I'm definitely past the halfway mark. Do I want to continue the series? Absolutely. I am loving the series. But pretty much, I think I told you about what this book is about specifically. I think this book, we're following our main character, Quoth. He is some sort of legend because of the abilities and the things that he's achieved. And obviously right now we are following Quoth in the past. So again, we are following like dual timeline. Honestly, I'm kind of grateful for the dual timeline because some of the things that he went through, I feel like we need a little pause. We need like a little break before he continues and suffers even more, because one theme about this book is pretty much Quoth is suffering, and he did so much. The fact that he's so great makes him like even better, so to say. So that is what we are currently dealing with. I'm really enjoying it. I really want to continue to the next books, although I really have to finish up my TBR. I know I've steered away from the TBR once again, but technically this is in my TBR. It's like yearly TBR, sort of, because it's my book club book. So I thought it's like I have to read this. You know what I mean? So although I still have quite a lot of time to finish this, because I need to finish this like throughout November. And right now it is the 13th of November. So I do still have like essentially half a month, but I really want to focus the later part of the month actually finishing my yearly TBR, because I still have so many books that I haven't read. Anyway, tangent aside, loving this book. Gonna continue reading this book after I showered because I just came back from the gym. But the first book that we did finish is The Return of the King. I definitely loved this more than Two Towers. I don't like the ending. It's a good ending, but it's also, I don't like the ending. Let's just keep it at that. What would I rate this? I'd say I rate it like 4.5. I don't think it's quite a 5-star for me. I don't know why though. I feel like just because of Sam, it could definitely be a 5-star. I had the 5-star feeling in the middle, but then with everything happening, I feel like it was a bit meh. I didn't really care about the point of view of the others. I only care about Sam's point of view. So about half of the book, I was really interested, but the other half, I was like, I don't really care, guys. Like, I know this is important to the plot, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to care. Let's just say it like that. So that is that. But I am very happy that I finished this book. It is, yeah, I can't believe that I read the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy this year. Kind of crazy. Anyway. Moving on to the next book that we finished is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Again, another childhood classic. I finished it. I don't know how I can move on from this. I know the ending was going to be bad because we are approaching the last book, but I didn't think that it would go that bad. Okay? And I'm just frustrated with a certain character, and I really hope that it get explained some sort, or like there's like some kind of, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I am not happy with how it ended, although I think after I finish The Name of the Wind, I'm gonna pick up Deathly Hallows immediately, which it's gonna go to part 2 of me trying to finish my yearly TBR, so stay tuned for that. I think I still haven't gotten enough of like finishing enough books in my yearly TBR, so I will pick it back up the second I'm finished with The Name of the Wind. Pretty much November is going to be the month that I am going to tackle most of my yearly TBR and just finish a little bit in December where it's like chill. I am still in the middle of Mistress of Lies. That book is just very slow, I feel like. 50 pages in. Like, I haven't even put my time and effort into it at all. It's just like, if I have 2 minutes, I'll read it. So it felt like I started it a while ago, but I really haven't had much reading time with it. And although I feel like the premise sounds very interesting, I'm just not intrigued enough to pick it up right now. But in my next series, this finished my yearly TBR series, you will see me reading that. Okay? Like, I have to finish it. I think I want to finish it this week. So, wish me luck. Yeah. Anyway, that is the plan. I have one more update. I know this is quite a long update, but I have to put down the mic for a sec. I am almost done with my crochet project. It's kind of crazy. I don't even think you guys can see it, but all that I have to do is just do the border. So yeah, I'm finished with the blanket, so to say. And now I just have to, although this is honestly not my best job, because it's so sad, okay? Because how did I manage to forget a stitch? A crochet? Anyway, it's okay. I think I'm too late to fix it, because if I fix it, I am like deleting 5 hours of work, which I will not. Yeah. Anyway, that is the update I have. I really want to finish this crochet project like tonight or tomorrow, but it's not possible because it is almost 11 anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. I know this vlog is a little bit chaotic. I don't think you see me read a lot. All you see is probably me just doing a bunch of stuff that is not reading, but I read and listened to Return of the King. I read and listened to The Half-Blood Prince and The Name of the Wind. Did the same thing. So I didn't do a lot of reading physically. I did a lot of immersive reading while commuting back and forth, so not a lot of reading footage. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in my next one. Goodbye.